Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is the first episode of the Circle Debate podcast. I'm your host, Ivan C., the Devious One. Here, I'm very excited for this evening. Let me go ahead and introduce my two other guest hosts for this evening. I have, of course, the reputation killer of all killers. What's going on, Mr. Jones Horton? Cheers to you, brother, as well. And also, I have the hero who's going to save us with his debate. Here we go with the U.S. belt. Hitting with the U.S. belt.
That's nice right there.
That's right.
That's right, Mr. American Hero. Mr. Mike Lopez.
How's it going, everybody? Good to be here.
All right. Appreciate y'all for being here today. Now, before we go ahead and begin the first topic, just we'll give our viewers what the concept and obviously the purpose of this podcast is. Obviously, we are debating about pro wrestling, about MMA, or anything other else. But for today, this evening, it is going to be about pro wrestling. So that's what we're going to talk about, one of our favorite topics of all. So let's go ahead and actually begin the first topic, which we're going to go ahead and review NXT. Now, NXT, but before I even get into that, it just gave me the chills about talking about NXT. So let's go ahead and actually review the first match. Obviously, you guys saw was Gargano and Djokovic. Your thoughts about it? So I'll go with you, Mr. Josh. What are your thoughts about that match?
Djokovic, man. I think I checked, and the last time he's won a match on NXT has been back in February. So it's like, what are they doing with him right now? It's what I'm thinking. I don't know. Does he need more time? Does he need a little bit of time back to get pushed, or some time off, or something? Or what do you think they're doing with him?
I don't know. I mean, it's really tough. It's really tough on him because my opinion about it is they hyped him up. Had a great match with Punisher Martinez. He had a great match, with Keith Lee. By the way, Punisher Martinez is from ROH, which is now he's known as Damian Priest in NXT. People that didn't know. Great match with Keith Lee, but I don't know. I don't know where they're going with him. I hope they push him back into that North American, going after that North American title, but we don't know. Unless they're gonna make him as a damn jobber. You tell me.
I hope that's not the case. I see a lot of potential there. I'm not too familiar with him before this, so I'm barely, checking him out, and to see him as a loss, take a loss. I thought that they were building up, or that they're making Gargano more. I think he's going into a heel turn, if I'm not mistaken, Gargano. And so, I hope that they turn things around for Djokovic. I look forward to seeing what they bring to him.
I know. You know what? But I do see Gargano actually. I mean, they're trying to make him a strong heel, and like a sadistic strong heel alongside, with Candice LeRae. So I'm looking forward to see what they're gonna do with him now. Him being a full heel, and let's see what's his next feud. It looks like it might be with Djokovic, but I'm hoping they don't bury the guy. So I don't know. That one's a tough call now.
He's not gonna get. Johnny Wrestling is not gonna get buried in NXT. There's no way, man. No way. Him and Ciampa, those are the two OGs right there. And if you remember, they got called up, I think, to either Raw or SmackDown, maybe one was it like a year ago, and then one of them got injured, so they ended up putting them both back on NXT, and that's where they've been since.
Yeah.
But, those two guys right there are definitely both the heart and the soul of NXT to me.
Yeah, they are. Yeah. Honestly, I agree. They're both, they all are. They all are about it. So let's go ahead and move on to let's see. All right, so we're done with that. So obviously, Chelsea Green, Shia Lee, obviously Aaliyah interrupted. For me, meh. I just wish they could push those two girls a lot more. They both got potential, especially Chelsea. Been following her since her Impact days. She has it. It's just I don't know why are they burying these two fucking girls. Why? I don't know. You guys' thoughts, Mike? What are your thoughts about that match?
To take it out right out, you got it right out of here. Meh, not much. It's just Aaliyah it came out looking like stronger than both of them, I feel, and I don't know. It just didn't seem like a match that it seemed like filler to me, So yeah.
Josh, what do you think about that?
I think it was definitely a filler match, man. I can't really praise Chelsea Green too much because I don't remember what I said to her, but she blocked me on Twitter. So, usually when a wrestler blocks me on Twitter, that's my new piss break. So pretty much that was my piss break.
But what are your thoughts about Xia Li, though? What do you think about her, though? I mean, she's the first Chinese girl to be signed, and they haven't used it for shit. She hasn't done anything.
I don't know. We'll have to see where it goes with her, man. Really, we'll have to see where it goes.
Oh, yeah. The one thing that really got me upset was you bringing in Aaliyah. Don't get me wrong. She's not a bad, not a bad wrestler. She does have that charisma, but she's been a jobber for a long time. Yep. And now they're going to put her to stable with Chelsea. That should have been Deonna Purrazzo. Should have been her before they let her go. That's my opinion.
I would have definitely kept Deonna Purrazzo before I would have let go of Aaliyah or somebody like that before Deonna Purrazzo. Oh, yeah. That's just giving AEW right there a top female star to me right there. Here you go,
Oh, yeah, definitely. I agree with that. All right, so moving on then. Let's see. We got the Cruiserweight Tournament. Obviously, we saw what was it? Gallagher versus Tozawa. It reminds me of 205. It's another basic main event match. Now, the biggest question for you guys, who do you think is going to win that tournament? Who do you think should win that tournament?
Oh, man. Do you really think they could release Drake Maverick only to maybe resign him later since he got all that attention from doing the video?
I think he got a lot of attention in that video, and I think maybe he's probably furloughed. I think he's furloughed, in my opinion. I think they're using that as like a build-up for him. Try to do like another build-up, like a Daniel Bryan type of thing.
That's what I'm saying. Like he's in a situation right now where he could potentially be one of the greatest underdogs, like up there with Daniel Bryan. Since they done it with Daniel Bryan, you know how they kept making Daniel Bryan lose and go through all these obstacles and everything. And Here you have Drake Maverick getting released and all that, and he wasn't even used properly when he was on the roster. But they put him as GM of 205, and then on Raw, they tried to put him as manager of AOP, and that didn't fit at all. And then he goes and gets released, and then they signed him back. Well, they haven't signed him back yet, but they're going to let him compete in the tournament. And I don't know. It's weird. It's weird because he's supposed to be released, but here he is wrestling still in the tournament. I don't know.
So these matches were pre-recorded, or is NXT live at this point?
Right now that I know, they're live right now.
I believe so. I believe so too.
Yeah, they're right now live until further notice. Yeah, there's rumors that are saying that it's gonna be like twice a week, but we don't know. It's not confirmed yet.
Yeah, because when Drake Maverick was released, he posted the video and all this going on, and he said that it's not over yet, but it's because he had recorded some matches. So now what's really going on? Is he secretly re-signed, or are they doing it match by match, or who knows?
It just seems weird to me. It seems weird to me to push a guy or get sympathy for a guy if you're just going to let him go, because even if he does lose, you've already got all the fans wanting to see him win, wanting to see him do good. You've already built up an underdog by doing this.
Right.
So if you let it go somewhere else, you're giving money away to somebody else. The way I look at it.
Yeah. You know what? I agree with that. That's very true. That's very true. But we'll see. We'll see how that tournament turns out. I mean, for me, honestly, that tournament is like, it's a build up for him. But if I want to put it in reality, I'll be straightforward. It's a waste of time. For me, it is because there's no build up. There's no build up. There's no story into it. You get me?
But if you ask me who's going to win it, if Drake Maverick wins it, then I'll be shocked. I won't be shocked, but a lot of people's going to say that they're planning his release, just to do this. But I have to go with Kushida.
Kushida? Okay.
Yep.
All right. You know what? How about you, Mike? Who do you go for this?
Yeah, I was going for Kushida, but Maverick, they could do like a CM Punk sort of thing from 2011. Have him win it and then walk out of the company and then come back. You know what I mean? So that would be pretty interesting.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
That would be great.
That would be, that would be. Yeah, actually, I was going for Maverick, but I'm gonna stick to that. I'm gonna go for Maverick. I feel like this is a build up for him to get his job back, type of shit. That's what I feel that it's gonna be. I feel like they're gonna just give it. It might be him and Kushida. You never know. It might be them in the finals.
But
Nobody
also,
knows.
I want to bring up. I've seen, where the Revival, since they've got released, they posted these videos about the Revolt on Twitter, and here recently you see EC3 posting the Revolt. Same video kind of thing about the Revolt, and it says FTR. So it's like, is Drake Maverick going to be a part of that, and are they going to be a faction and go to AEW or something? So that could also happen. I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. That one's questions that we will not know until later on. We'll find that one out.
Yeah.
So all right. So moving on into that. Obviously, the next match was – who was it? Was it let me see. I'm trying to remember. Was it the Grimes?
I believe it was the Karrion Kross debut.
Oh,
if I'm not mistaken.
Don't get me fucking started.
Hey, that's the man right there.
Don't get me started. I ain't gonna lie. That was the best fucking entrance of all fucking time. Best fucking entrance.
Yeah.
That shit gave me the fucking chills. When I felt like a fucking kid again. Like, oh my God, like I'm watching Hulk Hogan again, or the Warrior when he came out. Like back in those childhood fucking days it gave me. But when how Scarlett came out, how she started singing, and then out of nowhere, bam, Cross just came out. Like, oh man, fucking phenomenal. Well, I don't know. What do you guys think about that?
Oh man, I think Killer Cross to me is like pardon the pun, but he's a cross between Randy Orton and Taker to me, man. This guy could be everything that Aleister Black hasn't been. That's what he could be. And he could be a big star. And to me, I see if this really works out and his push goes great, this could be a future WWE champion right here with Killer Cross.
Mike?
Interesting. So I'm not too familiar with Killer Cross. I've heard that name, but tuning into NXT and getting that first impression of him, like you said, that entrance did a lot for him, I feel. And actually what stood out to me was after the match, the intensity that he showed. It didn't come off as over the top or phoned in or anything like that. It came intense and something you would expect from somebody with that kind of build. So first impression for me is great, definitely.
Yeah, I remember the first time seeing him in Impact, and people was getting laid out week after week after week, and a little red X would be laid on him, and it was like tick tock, and it was just a build to him arriving. And when he got there, it's like he's just one vein right here pops out of his head when he's like all intense and mad, and it just looks so badass, dude. The guy's a star.
Oh man, the guy's a star. Even when he was in the independent scenes, he was a major star. With Scarlett Bordeaux, and Impact as well. That he went over in Impact, especially the feud he had with the Morrison, during that Impact. He went over. What I know is that they're investing on him. A lot. They're investing on him a lot. And with that entrance, fucking theme song, how he came out, he better be worth it. And I'm hoping that his phrases are trademarked, just in case, you know how Mr. Vinny is.
I just wish they would have let him keep Killer Cross, but
it makes sense why he did it.
I know. I don't know. I just wish they would. If you can't use Killer, then why not use Kevin Cross? I don't know about this carrying stuff, but yeah, I guess WWE's got to own everything, right?
They got to own everything. They have to. They got to own everything. But yeah, I can't wait to see what's going to be holding the future for him. And yeah, definitely, I think he's going to be. I wouldn't be surprised he'll be the champ pretty soon by the end of this year, or if not, by Royal Rumble. My prediction.
All right.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Cool.
So moving on with that, obviously you have Mr. Grimes. Grimes was like a regular jobber, and then obviously Finn Balor came out, kind of like bitch slapped him and beat his ass a little bit.
Oh yeah, that was a quick match right there.
Yeah, it's just, that match I didn't really give a shit about. But what I do actually want to discuss about is you guys' thoughts that Finn Balor is going to start a feud with this guy. So I feel, in my opinion, that Finn Balor is helping the roster a lot, building up these upcoming talents to be noticeable more, especially with Grimes. Grimes has already been known before. He's been around in the independent scene, in PWG. He's been in Impact. So he's been around. So for him to get this build-up with Finn, he should be fucking honored that he's actually going to feud with Finn Balor. So, I mean, you guys...
I don't know. I don't know if they're building up a feud with him and Balor, or it's just leading to whoever really attacked Balor and that feud.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, Finn Balor, he comes across sometimes in promos to me like he's supposed to be so intense and everything and like threatening, but I don't feel like he's come across threatening in a lot of his promos or anything, but last night I feel like he got a lot better with his promos. He's what do you say? Best way to kill a snake is to chop its head off.
Yeah. Yep.
That line right there, I think Cameron Grimes is just a stepping stone to whoever did attack Finn Balor, which in my opinion may have been Killer Cross, because like Cross did in Impact, he was laying out everybody every week. Or maybe it was somebody else. Either way, I think Cameron Grimes was just a stepping stone. Maybe so.
Yeah, I agree on that. It did kind of seem that way to me. Generally, I like Finn Balor's promos. This one, yeah, definitely. I think it's a step in the right direction for him. Although I always saw him as a leader of a faction, for obvious reasons. Mm-hmm. So I would like to see, get some backup, So, yeah.
I just wish that if they would not let the Good Brothers go. When they went to go invade in NXT, they should have given us one fucking dream match. Undisputed versus the Club. That would have been the shit right there. And Finn had to be the leader. Sorry, AJ. I love AJ. He's my, one of my tops. But Finn is the original. So he's the original OG. He should have been the leader of it.
The whole time all of them was there, man. I was hoping they would put all of them together. I was hoping they would put AJ, Finn, Gallows, and Anderson together.
Yep.
And make them all heel and beat the hell out of everybody, right here.
Yeah.
Keep it going. Those are the OGs, and they didn't take advantage of it, man. They didn't take advantage of it. And they could have even had Nakamura join in with them. These guys, they come over from New Japan around the same time. So to me, that's a wasted opportunity.
I agree, but you know how Vince is. You know how Mr. Vinnie Mac is.
Oh yeah, if he didn't create it, then fuck it.
Then fuck it. Yeah, exactly. He'll bury that motherfucker. That's just what he'll just do. Let's just bury it. All right, so moving on now. So one match that I'm pretty sure both of you guys thought would have been, oh hell yeah, this is gonna be a dream match that we wanted to see, but it turned out to be shit, which was Charlotte versus Io Shirai. Charlotte versus Io Shirai, it was a good back and forth. That was good. But then at the end, you busted the same shit you did with Ronda Rousey with the fucking candlestick. Yeah. And you get a D fucking Q, and then Rhea Ripley comes out like, what the fuck? I mean, you tell me, what are your thoughts about that?
I don't know. I see a lot of in Charlotte's career. I've seen a lot of back and forth as heel and babyface, and it seems like they can't make up their mind. And I don't know. This attack just seems like you said. It's a repeat of Survivor Series with Ronda. It just feels the same way. I still feel like she doesn't belong in NXT anymore. She, is on Raw. She appears on Raw, so. I don't know. Why is she in NXT? What is she doing to elevate the roster there? So I don't know. I don't see much that could be done.
I gotta say that Charlotte right now in NXT would be the best time for her to be in NXT with these empty arenas, because basically every show is the same. You don't gotta worry about the crowd or anything. Mm-hmm. She's faced everybody almost on Raw and SmackDown, beat them all. So right now she's going back to NXT, and there's all these new women there to wrestle, like Io, like Aaliyah, like Candice, a bunch of them. Rhea Ripley, that's who she's feuding with right now. So, and that 619 from Io last night, I mean, sick, man, that was sick. But yeah, Charlotte right now in NXT, if you've seen the promo poster for Money in the Bank, I see Braun Strowman, the Universal Champion. I see Drew McIntyre, the WWE Champion. Mm-hmm. I see Becky Lynch, the SmackDown Women's Champion. And I see Charlotte, the NXT Women's Champion, up front. I don't see Becky Lynch. I don't see her. Where's the Raw Women's Champion at,
Yeah. I agree and disagree. Agree that Charlotte has beating everybody on both rosters. Doesn't really have, not enough to start a feud with. And then for her to go to NXT, okay, fine. Or at least you're giving us dream matches we wanted to see. We got to see her, Rhea Ripley. Obviously we haven't seen her, Bianca Belair, not 100%. With Io Shirai, but I feel that's going to be a build-up for another triple threat. It's going to be a triple threat between them three. But the disagreement that I have is she shouldn't belong there. What she should do is help the main roster, the mid-card levels, build them up. Build Liv Morgan, build Ruby, bring a feud. Even Dana, shit. Those stars that needs be recognized and have recognition. That's who they should have just done. Kept her there, build those Raw or SmackDown mid-card female superstars there. Fuck it, I would have created another damn belt, make it like a IC women's belt that I would have done that she could have won and have her feud with the main roster girls. Instead of the NXT girls have a lot of potential. They have a lot of name, potential female stars in the division that are able to build it up without needing a main roster star. That's the only disagreement I have about that.
I don't even think she needed to go back to NXT. I don't think she needed to go back to NXT either, but at the same time, it's she's still getting to be on the other show too, on the main roster, and then she gets to be on NXT as well. So if she feuded with Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley at the same time, what's going on with that?
I don't even see it as a feud. I feel that she's always beating the former Riot Squad members. It's not really a feud when you're winning all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, that's the female. That's the female John Cena right there. For Vince McMahon. Just like at WrestleMania, we did not need. I don't think we needed Charlotte in the first ever women's main event. But Vince McMahon, you can't leave Charlotte out of that. We gotta have Charlotte Flair in the first ever women's main event of WrestleMania.
Yeah. That's true. That's true. I mean, it's true. I mean, there's really no rebuttal to it. Like
they're gonna keep building her up and letting her win championships until she's like her dad, like a 16-time women's champion. I mean,
she's already a 10-time. 10-time.
And is that counting the NXT women's titles? I don't know.
I'll be at number 11.
Yeah.
That'll be number 11.
I mean, they count people. They count Ric Flair, NWA, WCW, WWE. They count all that as champion. As world championship reigns. So it looks like they would count the NXT world title reigns too. I don't know.
All right. So moving on then. So finally, the last one, obviously the main event, which was the Velveteen Dream and Adam Cole. Now, my thoughts about the match. I already see Dexter Lumis having a feud with Velveteen after what happened. How he threw. I don't know. Was it Bobby or was it Bobby or Roderick Strong that he threw towards the referee? I forgot who he did it, but you could tell from right there. I already know that Velveteen is going to look at it. He's like, "What the fuck? Why did you interfere in my match? I know you should look out for me." But from there, it's going to be a straight feud between, Dexter Lumis and Velveteen Dream. Adam Cole, of course, man. You can't go wrong with Adam Cole. Who doesn't love him? Obviously people hate him, but I love him. I follow his career forever, since the PWG era to the ROH era. Man, I'm glad he's the longest reigning champ. He deserves it. So, I mean, what are you guys' thoughts about the match?
I didn't think he was going to lose, to be honest with you, and not because of the controversy surrounding Velveteen Dream about what he may have done or may have not done, which I don't think he's done. But I think they're going to make Adam Cole the longest reigning NXT champion of all time, and they're just going to keep building these days up. And his reign is going to be one of the greatest reigns of all time in NXT. No, I didn't see him losing at all. But it was weird to see him do the Adam Cole baby without the fans, like.
Yeah, that feels weird. It does.
Yeah.
Mike, your thoughts?
Yeah, Adam Cole, he keeps impressing me every week. Like Josh said, not because of the controversy, but I just didn't see Velveteen Dream beating Adam Cole. I see him as a future champion, but not yet. Like you said, the upcoming feud with Dexter Lumis, I feel like that's in his future. The finish could have been better in my opinion, but it all worked out, and so not a bad match for me.
Let me ask you guys something. Do you think Dexter Lumis, because you know how he gives those crazy eyes, does it remind you a little bit of Psycho Sid in a way? Just a little fucking way.
Oh, now that you say it, a little bit, yeah.
Right? He does, right?
Wasn't he in Impact like kind of the same gimmick, like the creepy
the creepy little bastard.
Creepy bastard. Yeah, he looks like a fucking creep, man. I'm checking out his ink on his sleeves. It's like I'm trying to figure out what he got on there because everything looks just like dark ink. I don't know what's up with that, but but he's like a Greek statue. The motherfucker's like, I don't know, man. Maybe he's gonna be a huge star. I believe he is. Wasn't he used to be known as Samuel Shaw, or am I thinking
something like that? I don't remember. Yeah,
I believe so. Yeah,
I forgot.
So we'll see where they go with him from here.
Yeah, we'll see how. Yeah, but we'll see how it goes. I see him. I see him and Velveteen feuding. It's not surprising. The problem is that they're so predictable. It is so very predictable of what they're doing.
Yeah.
Like, okay, you can literally tell. I just wish they could just make it mysterious and don't make it seem like we already are aware what's happening, but just make it unexpectedly because that's what we wanted. Like the first example, like just to finish off with NXT. What I mean by that is like I'll give you one example. Like nobody thought that Ciampa would turn heel on Gargano. That was the one that everybody was like, what the fuck? Like nobody expected that. So that's like kind of the unexpected that I would like that NXT to have to bring that product more into that. And don't make it predictable. Don't be like the main roster. The main roster is too fucking predictable. That's just my opinion.
All the time. I even called the fact that Brock Lesnar was going to be the mystery man and at Money in the Bank. I believe it was when he won last year.
Yeah, well, it was last year.
Yeah. I even got it. I got the tweet. I mean, I could look it up. I got it screenshotted somewhere. But yeah, I was kind of like joking, but at the same time, I thought it was really going to happen. And then here he comes. You know, like he won the damn match. But I'm actually going to go ahead and say it, man. I'm one of those guys that like Brock Lesnar because I know he's the draw. I know he is the star power. And back when he first started, I've been watching ever since he debuted. I've been watching since he came up. And I think he deserves to be a part-timer right now, you know, because this guy is the biggest star they have right now because they don't build stars up the way they used to because as soon as they get them so high, they bring them back down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They bring them right back down instead of build them all the way up like they used to.
Yeah, because obviously people are going to be like, same old shit. Same old Vince McMahon. Oh, it's just good shit. I like it. Like, that's type of shit, you know? Like, it gets boring. It gets fucking boring. It's like every year, Lesnar for the championship. Like, nah. Time to move on with that.
I love Lesnar, but, like, yeah, it's time for, like, maybe we don't need every year him being the world champion. Before it's over with, he's going to be the one that's a 16-time world champion.
Hey, that's right. You're right. That's right.
How many is it now?
It's 10. It's 10
oh,
or
really?
more. Yeah, already counted. It's at least 10.
You know what? I'll be honest. I haven't kept count of his championship rings.
You
know what?
I counted them.
All right. You know what? I'm gonna look into that. Good fucking point that you brought up because you know what? He might just beat Ric Flair for that shit. You never know.
Yeah. They let him beat Taker's streak, and I think maybe he's gonna beat Flair's streak too. So watch out for that.
Oh,
if things keep going how they're going, that's what's going to happen, no doubt.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
might be your first 20-time world champion.
Imagine that.
Oh, Lesnar being a 20-time champion. Oh, no.
It could happen.
It could happen. I mean, you see Cena. Cena's already at 16 with Ric Flair. So, you know, we'll see. I hope not. All right. But anyways, let's move on now to AEW. Now, the first one, obviously, the first match I want to review, Cody versus the bad boy, Joey Janela. And you know what? I'm loving that. It was a solid match. It was a good back and forth. I love how Cody is really pushing these independent, mid-card level talent and working with them and exposing them more, you know, especially giving them TV time, especially Joey Janela is known more as a hardcore, you know, because he's been, you know, he has his own promotion and he's been around the indies for a long time. He's an amateur. Mr. Corny, I can't say his full name because then if I do, then that's, you know, he'll throw in his lawyer in, and I don't want that, so I can't say.
Well, you don't want Stephen P. New to come after
I don't want no Stephen P. New to come after me, but I can only say Corny because he trademarked and everything, and nobody can really mention his name fully. But you know, like he hates that outlaw type of wrestlers. But I feel Cody is doing good, you know, wrestling with these other talents and building them very well. But I mean, it was a solid match. I don't know what do you guys think about that match.
Cody won me over ever since he lost to Jericho and can't challenge for the belts. Right away, because leading up to the opening of AEW, there was always that, oh, well, he's going to book himself to win, or, he's going to be like Triple H and, bury people and stuff like that. But, like you say, he's building up the the independent talent. Again, my props to Cody. I feel he has a good grasp on what wrestling needs right now, which is why, on Wednesday nights, I must admit, I tune to AEW before NXT, so, well, this match, he won with the crossroads, I believe. Yeah, he does what he does. He brings up the new talent, and he has great matches with them. So, yeah.
What are your thoughts, Mr. Kelly?
I just got to say, first off, the daylight, man, the daylight at that daily, what do they call it, the Dailies Arena or whatever? Dailies
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. I love that. I love that arena so much more over where they are at the PC and NXT. I love that way more. It looks like a way bigger feel. It's a bigger feel to it. It's got a bigger feel to it. But yeah, that Cody versus Joey match was a damn good match. And I know exactly what Cody's doing when he lost. And he's like, well, I can never challenge for the AEW title again. Well, that's because if he won the AEW title anytime soon, right as soon as the promotion began, it wouldn't mean as much. And you know what I mean? And he's doing this, or later on, when he finally does beat the heels and win the world title, it's going to be a huge win for him. And it's going to be a big win for him, actually. But, yeah, he's been building up these other guys in the meantime. And I think that Cody is going to be the first TNT champion, though.
I can see
that. I like that prediction. Yeah,
I can see that. It makes sense because that one makes sense because he's going to represent the network. He's representing obviously the product, and obviously he's the one doing the more talking than the Young Bucks, and then Kenny Omega, and obviously Khan is busy. He has a football league he's running in Europe. He has the NFL, and then now he has this. So obviously Cody is like the face of AEW. And for him to win the TNT championship, of course, I can see that. I would not be surprised if he does win it against Lance Archer. I wouldn't be surprised. So now moving on to the second match that we got. Obviously, which I really don't give a shit about this one. I don't know. We should talk about it. Nyla Rose versus the Jobber. No disrespect to Nyla Rose. Okay. But the only thing I'll say this, and I want to hear y'all guys' opinion about it. That women's division is whack. It's horrible. They need to build it up more. It's not being built up. There's a reason why you brought all these Japanese women into that, and you bring in other independent stars into AEW. But you're not building the damn division. You're not doing shit with it. You're not. You brought in Nyla Rose. She took the belt. Fine. All right. Give me her and also Khan. What the fuck? I'm waiting for that.
Yeah, that's what I've been waiting on, man. Like, I thought they was going to do that. Wasn't they teasing that?
Exactly. Yeah, they were teasing that, and it does not fucking happen.
Also, where the fuck is Khan? I haven't seen her in forever.
Oh, I think they're doing the new season of
Glow.
Yep.
Oh, well, good. I like that show, man. I've been watching that with my old lady, man.
It's a good show, man. Me and my brother Alfred, we love watching that show, man. I was like, I won't forget, we actually got drunk as hell, watched the whole 2 seasons all one night.
That's exactly the way I done it. I watched it all in 1 or 2 nights, and it was done.
Oh yeah, definitely. I can't wait to Glow. The next season. I'm looking forward to it. It's not a bad show, to be honest. I love how they explain the whole concept, like how everything started.
Well, yeah, shout out to Nyla Rose on that great piss break. I mean, what if you had to go piss, man, you would have missed it because it was so quick, that match. I can't even remember. I can't even remember the girl's name that she was facing. I really can't.
I forgot. It was Kensington Page, something like that.
Page?
Kenzie Page, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about her. I don't know about her.
I don't know about her either, man. I don't. Obviously, Mike, you have nothing to say about that, huh?
No, yeah, I don't know the challenge or the other person. Nyla Rose, I think they could do more with her story-wise. You know, she's the top heel, right? I don't know what Britt Baker's doing. Is she, you know, who is the top heel? I don't know. I honestly think that Britt should have been top babyface and Nyla, you know, top heel.
I agree.
So.
I agree with you on that.
Yeah, I agree with that. That's what I can't debate that because it's true. She should have been the champion in the first place.
I would have had Allie or Awesome Kong or Britt, you know, somebody like that in the first championship match. But they threw these two women out here that I never even saw until they signed with AEW. And if they was going to go with the Japanese wrestling woman or Asian Japanese wrestling woman, what's the other one's name that wrestles on there? She's better than Riho to me.
Riho.
Yeah.
The other one.
I forgot her name. I know what you're talking about.
Hashida.
There you go, Hashida. There you go.
Yeah, she would have made a better champion than Riho. And where is Riho right now? I guess she can't come over here right now, right?
I have no idea. That's a tough one to call.
I just hope that this Nyla Rose title reign does not last long because to me, that is the Nia Jax of AEW because, I don't know, what? Because she's big? Because she's a monster? You could have used Awesome Kong for that.
Yeah.
That's what, unless you want to save it for Double or Nothing, have Awesome Kong come out and challenge her. I hope they do because I really want Awesome Kong to win it. Because she's a badass. I love Awesome Kong. And that'll be a good match between both of them, honestly. I think if Awesome Kong loses, at least she's helping Nyla to be put over. That's my opinion.
Yeah, to me, AEW had the first two women's champions was terrible. And if Kenny Omega keeps booking like this, man, I don't know about the women's division in AEW. But I think we can all say, I don't know if y'all think it, but I definitely think NXT's women's division blows AEW's women's division out of the water.
Oh, hell yeah, without a doubt. No questions asked.
Everybody knows that.
Everybody knows that.
Yeah.
Everybody knows it.
That's why I'm hoping like AEW gets Deonna Purrazzo or whatever. But at the same time, if Kenny Omega's still booking it, is Riho or Nyla Rose going to beat Deonna? I mean, come on. I'm just waiting for Tessa Blanchard to get there.
Oh, you know what? Yeah. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Her daddy's already there.
Yeah.
You know?
That's true. You're right about that. But we'll have to wait and see on that one. So moving on with that. All right, what do you guys think about now? It was the Moxley and Frankie Kazarian. For me, it was a good match. It was a good back and forth. And, it was like your old school type of, typical match. But it wasn't bad. I love how they went at it with each other back and forth, old school. Obviously, Moxley won. Then we have Brody Lee coming out with his Dark Order and challenging him for the belt for Double or Nothing, which for me is like another WWE pay-per-view match. Like, really, it's too soon. You just brought Brody Lee in, and now you have him challenging Moxley for the belt.
What's up with the rankings? What's up with the win-loss records here? Brody Lee just gets to walk in, and and what's up with social distancing? That's what I was thinking. There, that Dark Order attack, you had like 6 guys in there, But overall, I think the Brody Lee match could have been hyped up over time. It's much too soon. they're running through these feuds, and you know, it's I think it has more potential if they would have waited down the road.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree too. But I like Brody Lee versus John Moxley, but was it the right time to do it is the question. And I think no. I think no, it wasn't the right time. I think we got to build Brody Lee up a little bit more and get him to kicking people's ass a little bit more. A lot of people don't like his new gimmick. You know, think he's trying to cosplay Vince McMahon or everything, but I think it's just you know, one of those like mob bosses like kind of gimmick, like a dirty boss. Like he's like you don't eat until I eat. You know, you don't sneeze in front of me or whatever. It's like it's funny as fuck to me, and a lot of people don't like it.
Oh
But-
no, for me it's fun.
But I like it. Yeah, I love it. And then yeah, but Kazarian, mostly a tag team wrestler, going in there against Mox. A lot of people had a problem with that. I seen on Twitter, but I didn't expect a technical match between the two. Of course, they're going to take it out the ring a little bit, you know, and square off. But yeah. I guess we all knew Mox was going to win. Of course, it's a predictable match. But I'd rather see. I'll go ahead and say this. I'd rather see Brody versus Mox than Hager versus Mox. Any day.
Well, yeah, because it's different type of wrestling style. So yeah, that one, of course, you're gonna see. You know, Hager's. You're gonna see more of a brawl. With Brody Lee and Moxley, will be a semi-brawl, but more wrestling type of moves on it compared to Hager. I don't know.
Oh yeah, and the thing is, with Eric Rowan released, does he will he join the Dark Order with Brody
do it.
Lee?
I would definitely no. I wouldn't want that. Or for Brody Lee, I wouldn't want that because you know, it'll be just the Wyatt family again. You know, and I'm pretty sure Brody wants to get as far away from that as he can. Even though he has the Sister Abigail pose right before his finisher, you know, but which I don't know why he does that. You know, he should be getting away from that. He was a follower there. Now he's the exalted one. So
He's a leader.
Yeah, he's the leader. So, you know, and for me, I like the Dark Order, the idea of it. I just think that it doesn't match his mafia persona. You know, it's Dark Order is, you know, the dark stuff, and then Italian mob boss doesn't fit for me. You know,
I just have to say, man, the original two leaders right there of the Dark Order. What's the name? Evil Uno?
Yeah, Evil Uno, and I forgot the other guys.
Stu Grayson or what? Stu Grayson?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, Vega wanna be looking.
I wouldn't even assign those guys. I wouldn't even assign those. That terrible, man. There's so many other wrestlers that could have been in that spot, and I'm with Jim Cornette on them. Until Brody Lee arrived, that's the Dark Order right there to me.
Dork Order. Dork Order.
I care nothing about Evil Uno or Stu Grayson. I absolutely care nothing about them. Nothing entertaining about them. I don't know. I just don't like. Nothing against them, but as wrestlers, I don't like.
I don't know. For me, like their gimmick is not. Their gimmick for them doesn't fit them.
Have you noticed that they kind of stopped saying the creepers?
Yeah, because they can't say that because that belongs to they say that because obviously that belongs to them when it comes to like trademarking and independencies. They will not say that. And they changed their gimmick. So that's why you have they went some Super Smash Brothers to the Dark Order. So they changed that gimmick automatically because they needed to be their own. But this gimmick for them doesn't fit. Their charisma doesn't fit to the character. Their in-ring skills, they have it. I'm not saying that they don't. For a fat boy, he has it. He knows how to move. Evo Uno, he knows how to move. And Grayson, he does too as well. So I'm not disrespecting their in-ring skills at all. It's just that their mic skills and their character, That's why they needed Brody Lee to build them up because they weren't doing shit. You got all these people, but you needed someone higher to help you build up that faction.
You remember when they was turning the lights out for just Evil Uno and Stu Grayson?
Mm-hmm.
You don't turn the lights out unless it's a big deal. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's somebody big that's there. And when the lights come on and I saw those guys, I was like,
Oh, yeah, definitely. Well, let's hope. I mean, we'll see how this match turns out. For me, it's too soon. Should have not happened. They should have just waited that one longer with Brody Lee and Moxley. Because now you're basically you're handing Moxley, you're handing Brody Lee to be buried like that. There's your snap. The snap, you lights out. There's your lights out. You're gonna bury him against Moxley. It'll be stupid if they actually give him the belt. No offense to Brody Lee, but it'd be stupid. Too fucking early. Moxley drops to him like that. What the fuck? No, I wouldn't even know. No,
I wouldn't even have a title change until crowd's back. To be honest.
Yeah,
but I mean, nobody knows when that's going to be. Just like Money in the Bank. If somebody wins it, I wouldn't have a cash in until the crowd's back.
Yeah, I agree with that. So now moving on. Let's move on actually to the main event of AEW, which was obviously the Le Sex Gods versus Broken Matt and Kenny Omega. Funny ass fucking match. Brawling, I loved it, but it was just, for me, all fighting comedy, honestly. Especially Sammy Guevara getting his ass ran over. He sold it like a champ. He sold it like a fucking champ. I loved it. I loved the brawl of it. I like how Matt was switching his clothes every now and then, being the original Hardy Boy, going back to Broken Matt. Like if his character ain't there, like his persona ain't there. And, Kenny Omega, obviously, does what he does best, with his high-flying maneuvers. But, yeah, I mean, it was given that they were going to win Jericho and Guevara. They're going to give it to Matt and Kenny. I mean, what do you guys thought about it?
It was a fun match. I enjoyed it as the main event. I haven't seen carts being used since WrestleMania 17. Raven getting run over by one of those too.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
But it was Kane versus Big Show.
That almost knocked the power off at WrestleMania that one year when he.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I heard about that.
I forgot about that. Yeah, I literally forgot about that. But it looked like Raven was in pain, if you remember, right? It like that wheel just literally went over his fucking leg. I was like, oh, what?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. But it was fun. It was a cool main event. Everybody seemed to use their creativity, especially Matt Hardy. They used their creativity with it, with the environment. I really liked the final shot of the show, with Inner Circle in the background, and they're they're flipping off the camera. Makes them look badass, kind of almost NWO-esque. So pretty cool main event for me.
I have to say, man, I don't like Matt. I didn't notice that, but if you say Matt Hardy was changing clothes throughout the match, I don't like that kind of stuff, man. It kind of fucks with my I can't even say it right now, but the disbelief. It kind of fucks with it, Speaking of disbelief, it fucks with my suspension of disbelief when he does shit like that. It's okay. It's okay sometimes, but I don't want the motherfucker changing clothes during the match. You know what I mean? I want to believe that this match is happening right then and there. We're not pausing and taking breaks for him to change clothes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I seen some guy on Twitter had a problem with him doing the moonsault off of the lift because it took too much time and the camera angle was wrong. And I agree because it looked like they was waiting to catch Omega when he done the moonsault, and maybe they should have had the camera set up another way. But I've never seen anybody do a moonsault off of a lift like that before. You know.
You know what? Me neither. I haven't seen none of that. And but damn, I didn't even pay attention to that. Like with the camera angle, like it did look like it was like they took their time. Like, let me get you up. Like, and they're looking up. Oh, I'm waiting. What the fuck? Hurry up.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's just.
Speaking of those lifts, man, they scared the shit out of me. I was working a construction job one day, and we was getting down off of the top of a building, so we get onto the lift, and I was working with my uncle, and we get on the lift, and I think it's one of those lifts that's just goes straight down into this thing, and but actually it was one that was attached to a whole bulldozer like type of thing. But my uncle, he gets in there and he starts pressing buttons to fuck with me. And we're supposed to be just going down, and he pressed the button, and we're swinging around way up in the air, and I almost fucking fell off of that thing and died, man. So those things scared the piss out of me, man.
Oh shit.
Ever since then.
Oh my god, no, I'm afraid of heights, so you know what? I can't do it anymore. You have to give me when I'm actually like drunk, but yeah, it ain't gonna happen anytime soon. But overall, like, all right, so so what do you guys think? What was a better show, AEW or NXT?
Well, for me, I would say AEW overall. I feel like the main event kind of brought it all together. It was entertaining. So yeah, maybe AEW does it for me.
AEW for me too. They seem to still are able to make it look like when they put the wrestlers around the matches and stuff. I think I even saw a guy out there with his son or something, or it might have been just Billy and Austin, but I don't know. But yeah. And, I believe it looked like I seemed like they had like 40 people out there at one time.
You know what? They did, but you saw how they were separated differently. Everybody was like so social distancing or like away, but they made it like a crowd.
And they said that they tested everybody, that before the show started, which is a part of the reason why Nyla Rose decided to show up this week, because she's been scared to show up the past few weeks or whenever it was taped, because she's scared of the coronavirus. But she shows up this week because they're doing they did the testing and everything beforehand. But that's the difference between NXT and AEW to me, is NXT found a way to use the wrestlers and use them as fans sometimes. And this is one thing that I didn't bring up in the main event when it was Mox and Kazarian. One of them was out there blowing one of those horns, you know what I'm talking about, air horns or something.
Yeah.
Took me out of the match for a little bit, and it was kind of annoying, But yeah. But yeah, AEW just always, even when they had the crowd, it seemed like a bigger show to me, especially when they had the whole crowd out there, because it's all lit up and there's a bunch of people out there, and then you're watching NXT and it's like I'm watching an Impact Zone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's all dark and everything. And they have done the great job of doing the show without fans. Put even these wrestlers around ringside has made a big difference.
Yeah, I agree. So yeah, the same. Like I have to go with this week. I have to go AEW. Obviously, they took the ratings. Obviously, they had more demographic views. I think they had 697, and I believe NXT has 693. So but they had a better demographic view. Obviously, of course, because everybody wanted to see Matt. Matt is back. At the same time, obviously, they wanted to see Io Shirai and Charlotte. More than Velveteen, in my opinion, they wanted to see more Charlotte and Io Shirai. But that was just a fucking disappointment. But it is what it is with that. But
also, you forgot about the snake right there, Jake. The snake with the snake on the road.
That's right. Before, I forgot when Lance Archer faced QT Marshall.
Yeah.
I forgot about that one. Yeah, you know what?
Yeah, Jake was trying to get him a little bit of dry hump in right there, but
Oh man, you don't know how many bad memes that I've seen about him. Like, man, it's like Pornhub.com. Like, dry humping Jake the Snake Roberts. But you know what? I'm glad he's back.
Yeah.
He looks in shape. He looks healthy. You know, at least at least now he's back in TV time. Excuse me. And then now he's with a protege that, man, I mean, like I was telling you earlier, Mike, like before we started the show, get on, watch the G1 Classic from New Japan. You'll see Lance Archer. You'll see he's been in that business forever, and that motherfucker could kill it. I'm glad he left WWE because they were gonna do shit with him anyways. I'm glad he left.
I remember him back from Impact when it was on FS1 when it first started, just about, and he was the muscle for Kid Cash.
Yeah.
So I remember him way back then. Yeah.
Yeah, just like I'm
So
glad
he's been around for a while.
Oh yeah, definitely. He was Lance Hoyt.
Yeah, that's why Braun Strowman called him my old man on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so he's been around in the business. It just his big break when he left States to go to Japan, and he made a name for himself. And I was happy to see that from him because he deserves it. He deserves it a lot, 100%. That guy did it 100% very well. And him coming back, signing with AEW, I think he's gonna be another future champ. I see it coming. But right now, he's gonna do it with Cody. But if they keep him with Jake the Snake, even better because Jake he's the Paul Heyman of AEW.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm gonna say that right now because Jay could speak in a fucking mic. Nobody can do that.
I actually think Lance is gonna be the first TNT champion. If I had to put money on it, I think Lance is gonna probably take it. Because he's got Jake the Snake. They got to give him some momentum there. Cody's there. Cody will be around. He's gonna stick around, but Lance Archer, I definitely think he has the odds, in my opinion.
All right.
I'm going with Cody on that one.
That one, I'm gonna have to go on Cody. I see Cody. I have to see on Cody, but
I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting for Lance. I'm just waiting for Lance to call Stevie P. New and sue his tattoo artist though. But,
we'll see. We'll see what that happens. All right. So moving on from that, now we're done with AEW. Now the last topic of the evening before we move on to our top 5. Now, let's review the Money in the Bank coming up this Sunday. So let's review the card. Obviously, we're gonna have the Fatal 4-Way of the tag team belts. So the Forgotten Sons, the New Day, Lucha House Party, and Miz and Morrison. Your thoughts? Who do you think is gonna win? Or do you guys even care about the match? That's fucked up, but I should not say
the
that.
tag team matchup.
It's a Fatal 4.
Yeah, man, this match I could really give two shits about. I don't really think it had any good build at all. I'm saying the New Day retained. I don't know, but it looks like they're trying to push the Forgotten Sons, but it seems like it's a little bit too soon for them to win the championship. So I'm going with the New Day on this.
Yeah, I don't think Forgotten Sons are going to take it or Lucha House. So if the New Day doesn't retain, then it's going to go to Miz and Morrison.
Okay. You know what? I see the New Day. But of course I'm going to give it to them. I just hope that it happens unexpectedly because remind you guys that you guys are able to bet on this. There's Vegas bet odds on these pay-per-views. You can research it. You can bet on this. But I hope that the Lucha House Party wins because that'll be wow. That'll be unexpected over like it'll break people's banks. Like what the fuck? I lost. Like I would love to see that one. But obviously we know it's gonna be a New Day. Yeah. That division is whack. The tag team division is horrible. It's just not being built.
Yeah. That's why the Revival left, man. They said I haven't been able to watch that Talk is Jericho episode yet. I'm waiting for them to put it on YouTube. But yeah, I hear they left because they wanted more attention put on the tag team division. If that would have happened, they would have stayed. It didn't matter if they won the championships or not. And
Right.
WWE wasn't going to put more attention on the tag team division, of course. Yeah. If just two singles wrestlers get put in and are made champion or whatever, they get more behind them than if they do a traditional tag team. And yeah, that's what sucks about WWE.
They fuck up tag team. They fuck it up. It's just not built. It's just not.
And also New Day to me is like the Charlotte Flair and the John Cena of the tag team division. They didn't have to take the belts off of Miz and Morrison that quick. I feel like New Day is going to end up at least getting the 10 reigns as tag team champions before it's all said and done, if not more. You know, they're definitely going to beat the Dudley Boys record. We know that. I'm just waiting for him to turn Big E heel.
I'm waiting for Xavier to turn heel.
Or all of them.
I'm waiting for Xavier. He comes back, he's gonna be like, "Fuck you guys! You guys left me behind. You guys didn't do shit for me. What the fuck?" Like he's gonna be mad. I think Xavier was just fucking turn heel. But I don't see it because you just brought him in Forgotten Sons. You have another Freebird based tag team. So it's having 3 of them. So okay, might as well just let them be baby faces still. Let them feud with the Forgotten Sons. Let Forgotten Sons win the belts at least, because at least they won something and they actually could be a heel tag team compared to Miz and Morrison. Miz and Morrison to me does not fit as a tag team. I mean, the singles they should have been that way. Being part of a fucking faction or something, but not only them two. Like go somewhere else. Like I don't know. Doesn't work out for me. And especially with Morrison. I feel like Morrison came back for the money. I don't think he gives a damn shit about what they really do for him. Yeah, I mean, Morrison, if you hear this, Morrison, my bad, Craig, but I'm telling you the truth. That's just how I feel about it.
Morrison looks more like the star, but we all know that Miz is the better promo. It's like, I don't know, Miz doesn't look more like the star than Morrison, but he does the better promo, and then it's like vice versa with Morrison. You know? I don't know. What do they do with Morrison? What do they do with Morrison after this tag team is over with? What I'm wondering.
Well, what does SmackDown has? The IC belt. He'll go after the IC belt. He's not gonna go for the main championship. Okay, you're gonna feud with Braun Strowman.
I never thought Kofi Kingston would win it.
Nah,
I don't think he wasn't planned to really.
Oh yeah, we all waited for Cesaro, but
yeah.
Let's move forward. All right, so we're already done with that one. So we already predicted ours. So I guess the next one will be obviously Bayley and Tamina. So I will. Hey, you know what? I'm gonna say it right now. I don't give a damn. Tamina should win it, and I want Tamina to win it. She has been there for a long time with the company. She has not won a belt. She has not won a fucking belt. Give it to her. Why not? You got nothing to lose. Give it to her. One time. What does it hurt? Let her have it for a week. A week. Don't bust a cane 24 hours and lose it the next day on SmackDown. Or Raw type of shit. Let her have it for a while. She's been there forever.
100%, man. 100%. Like, I laugh about it because I don't think it's going to happen, but I 100% agree with you. Like, if ever there was a time for Tamina to get that one run that she deserves, whether she gets crickets with the crowds or whatever, there's no crowds right now, and she's busted ass for all these years. It's time for her to get a short reign. I don't care if it's a week long. Just give it to her for a week, you know, or however much time until somebody cashes in that Money in the Bank on her ass. But if they do,
there you go.
Yes. There you go. Easy solution. You get the
Yeah.
belt on her, you take it right back. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like they protected her. Vince McMahon's been good to Jimmy Snuka and his daughter. You know what I mean? And like, she wouldn't have a job this long because she hasn't gotten over. We know she hasn't got over. And she's starting to get up there in age. So yeah, it's time. It's time. Give her one reign. Make it short. End it. Give it to somebody else. That's what I think about that. But at the end of the day, who do I think's going to win? I think Bailey's going to win. That's what's going to happen. You know, but I wouldn't have no problem with Tamina winning at all.
Same. Yeah.
Same, right?
As long as it's a short reign.
Yeah, I agree with that. But like you put it right. Like she wins it, someone from the women's SmackDown catches in, and then boom, takes it. Doesn't sound like a bad idea at all. I'll go with that. I'll go with it. So
And you never know what they're going to do in these matches. Like maybe somebody gets their ass beat, and Sasha Banks like takes their place or something. Who knows? We still got Friday. We still got SmackDown to come before Money in the Bank. We don't know what's going to happen on SmackDown.
Yeah, we don't know yet. But obviously it's going to be the last one before Sunday. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
I don't understand why they put Dana Brooke in the match and not.
Oh, you know what? We'll get into that in a minute. Because before we get into that, let's go ahead and move forward with the other one. Let's say, all right. So Bray Wyatt, Braun Strowman.
You know, I almost wish this wasn't happening. I think that Bray Wyatt should have happened in SummerSlam, but like I've heard that people are noticing that it's not saying the Fiend, it's saying Bray Wyatt. It possibly is going to be him in his regular clothes without the mask coming out, kind of like how he wrestled The Miz at TLC. You know, maybe that's the only way that Bray can lose and Braun can continue his title reign, you know?
Oh yeah. If Bray comes out as himself, as Mr. Rogers, then there's no way in hell I don't think he's winning. But I like the idea of this feud because these two have history. Bray gave this guy the chance. This was the black sheep of the Wyatt family right here. The monster Braun Strowman got his chance from Bray Wyatt, you know, and then what Bray's talking about, you turned on me, and he's blaming Braun and all of this. Why are you blaming Braun? He didn't start the draft and send your ass to another show, you know what I mean? Why are you blaming Bray? He didn't, Braun. Why are you blaming him for that? Because he's not the one that sent you to another show. So, but if it's Mr. Rogers Bray Wyatt that comes out, I'm going to have to go with Braun. But if it is the Fiend that Braun is facing, I think that the Fiend's going to pick up where he left off because Goldberg refused to lose. You know, he wanted to win the title. So I would have to say right there that if it's the Fiend's going to win. And we're going to continue on the path that we was on before Goldberg disagreed to lose. You know what I'm saying? He didn't want to lose.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go with you on that. I think if he comes out the Fiend, he'll win. If he comes out on Mr. Rogers, Bray Wyatt, he'll lose. He'll probably even go to a DQ. The thing is, it will probably end no contest. I think that match is not really built. It's not built. I mean, I get the feud, but it's not built up yet. I think they need to build it up more, which they should have done. But obviously, as you can tell, that Roman didn't want to be a part of it. So a lot of plans changed. So they had to rewrite a lot of things to make that title prestigious. And why they gave it to Braun in the first place? Because Roman didn't want to be a part of it because of the whole situation. And so they had to rewrite a lot of things. I think that's where they kind of pushed the story very quick. But I still say – so I guess I'm going to come down to obviously my answer. I say Braun, unfortunately. I'm going to say Braun. So I'm going to stick with that. Say Braun.
Yeah. If I had to come down to one, I believe it would be Braun too. But I question it because it was a last minute replacement. So
right.
I don't know. And if you notice, they've took Roman out of everything. Everything. He's not even in. I believe what was it? The Make-A-Wish commercial.
None
It
of
might
that.
not be the Make-A-Wish commercial, or it might have been the highlight. You know where when SmackDown starts off, and he's like, oh, with his wrist and all that. Somebody said that they're not even playing that no more when SmackDown starts.
Oh no.
So they're not even mentioning his name on commentary. They're saying that Vince McMahon told him not to mention Roman's name. So I don't know. If I was Vince McMahon, I'd be kind of hot too. Because he kind of did wait till last minute to say, "Hey, I'm not going to be in this match." You know. But then other people will say, "Well, he shouldn't have had to make that decision. The doctor should have said something." Or I don't know. What y'all think?
Yeah, no, I agree. I can't really debate on that.
Yeah, I agree too. I don't know. It's unfortunate that they have to react in that way, but a part of me kind of feels that it's a planned decision. Kind of they're doing this on purpose. But I guess only time will tell.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so let's move on then. Then Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre. Who wants to go first? Or should I go first?
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
At the floor.
Have at it.
Well, we all know Drew McIntyre is going to win it. Yes, it's a good build-up for Seth. I'm saying that it's not bad. I mean, it's a good build-up for Drew to have someone like a top dog like him feuding with him. Not a bad start. But, that should have waited sooner. It was too soon. I think that should have waited till SummerSlam or something. That thing is too soon to build him up, to have that feud right away. But, I mean, obviously Drew's going to win it. Seth, I think something – I don't know. I think Kevin Owens might come back by then, might interfere. You never know. But I see Drew winning. That match, for me, is so predictable. McIntyre's going to win it. I don't see Seth winning it.
I think probably the disciples might cost him the match, or something is going to happen that costs Seth the match. Drew McIntyre, I liked the match at WrestleMania. I liked that he defended it right after against the Big Show to promote the Big Show on Netflix. And I don't know. I think it's long overdue to give him a title reign. He was the chosen one 9 years ago, I think. So I'm glad it's happening for him. And let's see what happens. I don't think Seth Rollins will win.
I agree. There's no way in hell Seth Rollins is walking out with a title. Drew McIntyre is going to win this match 100%. I don't think there's no doubt about that. And as far as his disciples go, I believe one of the members of the AOP is out injured, right? So I don't see any of them coming out. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. I don't think so. But I have a feeling that there's a beast incarnate that might be looking for a rematch, and who knows? Maybe an F5 could be coming Drew's way at Money in the Bank.
Yeah, you never know. Maybe you never know. It might be too soon, but you never know. It all depends. So obviously we all got Drew winning, so we all agree on that. Now it's time for the Money in the Bank. Now the women's one. Before we go to the men's, let's go to the women's. So women's, obviously we got Nia Jax, we got Asuka, we got Shayna Baszler, Lacey Evans, Dana Brooke, and Carmella. So who wants to go first on this? Who wants to go first and choose your winner?
One of y'all go first, and I'm gonna go grab another beer.
Sure. Let's see.
All right. I'll go with this one.
Go ahead.
This is gonna be the weirdest pick of all time, but I will go with this pick because I want it to happen. I want something unexpected, so I will go with Dana Brooke. I want Dana Brooke to take it. Okay. I'll go with her because I'm saying this why. I'm saying why Dana should win it, and because one, Shayna's predictable, Nia's is predictable, Asuka's predictable. Now the other three are not, which is Lacey, Carmella. Well, Carmella, I have to keep her out of the way now, but it's mostly Lacey and Dana. So I'm gonna go with Dana Brooke.
Okay.
I'm gonna choose Dana Brooke. The fact is that she's an underdog. She hasn't been pushed. She's always been in that level, so I think she deserves to get that.
I really don't think Dana will take it. I don't know. I just I don't see it. If they would have pushed her, they would have done it by now. I feel. If I had to pick, I think Asuka is going to take it. She hasn't won Money in the Bank yet that I'm aware of, so I think it would be a good time.
Oh man, I feel like I watched a little bit of Solar Monsters podcast today. I don't know if y'all watch him, but I feel like what he said. The only chance that Dana Brooks got a winning is if Batista comes and Batista comes off the top of the tower. That's the only chance in hell that's going to happen. That's just not going to happen.
Okay. So,
but who do I think is going to win it? Oh man, I feel like they should have put Mandy Rose in this match, since both the men's and the women's match are going to go on at the same time, and then Otis and Mandy, maybe they could have worked together and done some kind of segment or something. Not that both of them should win or anything, but
I agree with that.
I couldn't imagine Otis winning Money in the Bank. But I mean, he might. So who would I go with here? Is not Shayna Baszler in this match?
Yeah, she is.
I mean, I'm going to have to go with Shayna Baszler, even though I heard that Vince McMahon gave up on him. I don't think that she's going to lose. I think that's going to be her. I really do. Either her or Lacey Evans.
All right.
I don't see anybody else winning.
Okay. All right. So you say Asuka. You say Shayna. I say Dana Brooke. I got you, girl. I'm flexing.
As long as Nia
Jax
don't win, I'm cool with it.
Oh my God, she hurts everybody. But you know what? I'll move into that. I'll move into that other topic. We'll move into that one later. Now, time to kill with the men's one. Obviously, the men's Money in the Bank, we got AJ, which I was happy he was back. Could have wished it was been Apollo Crews because he needed to push, but I know what they're doing with that, which we'll get into that later. We got AJ, Rey Mysterio, Aleister Black, Daniel Bryan, Baron Corbin, and Otis. So I'll let you guys choose. I'll be right back. I need to go refill as well. So whoever wants to take it out first, and I'll come back. I'll be the last one. So take it out whoever wants to go.
Oh, man. This is a Money in the Bank match right here. I'm hoping that Baron Corbin does not win. That's the number one guy that I do not want to win right there. It's not that I have a problem with him. I just don't want to see him win the Money in the Bank again. And then AJ Styles, a lot of people think he's going to get thrown off the building. And what is he becoming, Kenny from South Park at this point if that happens? So, and then Daniel Bryan, hasn't he already won Money in the Bank?
Yeah, he won it already.
Yeah. And then you got Otis. I mean, Otis is definitely the wild card here. Otis could do it. And then you got Rey Mysterio. I heard that his contract's coming up soon. So could they be giving him one last world title run? I don't know. But I think I'm going to go with AJ. I'm going to go with AJ Styles. I'm going with the phenomenal one. I'm going with AJ Styles to win the briefcase. He's had a rough year. He got buried alive by The Undertaker. His two friends, Gallows and Anderson, got released. I mean, AJ needs something. Let's throw him the Money in the Bank. He's never won it. I feel like AJ Styles taking it.
Yeah, I agree. I think because we've heard that somebody's going out off the building. To me, it's either Corbin or Styles. But why do that to Styles? Having buried alive and then off a building. So I think King Corbin is going off the building, and AJ is going to win the match.
Yeah, I believe so too. I believe it might be Elias might interfere in the match and be the one that throws Corbin off the building as a little bit of payback.
Yeah, I agree.
It makes sense. Yeah.
So
but I went with AJ Styles, man. I went with AJ Styles.
Yeah, same. AJ.
AJ? Okay. Well, man, I do love AJ. I do love AJ. He's like my top guy. Oh, I want Aleister. I want Aleister Black. That's what I want. I want Aleister Black. I think it's time for him to be pushed. I think it's about that time. Bray, you're just there. Daniel Bryan, you're just there too. Baron Corbin, you're boring. You're boring. Everybody's tired of your shit. But you're a good heel. I'm not knocking you being a good heel, Baron. Otis, oh yeah. Just be with your tag team division, heavy machinery. But I want Aleister. AJ, for what? You're going to have AJ, Drew. If that's going to happen, do it at SummerSlam. But in reality, I want Aleister. It's about damn time that Aleister gets a push. They haven't done anything with him. So might as well use him, feuding with, Drew McIntyre. That would not be a bad match. Even if he loses, it would not be bad. Two baby faces going at each other would not be bad. That's just me. But, I pick Aleister Black.
Oh, that's not a good pick. I don't know. I mean, that's a good pick, but I don't believe it's his time yet. I don't feel like they built him up enough. I mean, the guy spent 6 months in the closet. So, I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, you could give it to him and build him up along the way while he has the briefcase.
That's true.
That's what I'm saying. With this whole coronavirus thing going on, and the fact that we don't know when it's going to end, I'm not thinking that anybody's going to cash in on this night. I'm thinking that this could be a while. We could potentially see both cash-ins for the first time ever happen at a WrestleMania at the same time. The women's and the men's happen both at WrestleMania in 2021.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, you know what? It wouldn't be bad.
You never know who's going to be champion by then.
Very true. Mm-hmm. Very true. So now we covered all that. Now let's go, ladies and gentlemen, to our top 5 single. Top 5 single. Which, ladies and gentlemen, to our viewers, our top 5, which we are choosing, is our top 5 Money in the Bank winners. You grade them however you guys want, gentlemen. You grade them from top to bottom to top, however you guys like. So let's see who wants to go first. Nobody wants to go. All right, here we go. American Hero.
Right here.
What are your top 5?
Okay, so from, I don't want to say worst to best because I wouldn't say worst, but there's definitely some bad ones in there overall. But my number 5, I would say Daniel Bryan. At the time he won it, we didn't know everything that was going to happen because of it, but I pick it because the Yes Movement came out of that. All sorts of stuff that were unplanned came from his Money in the Bank win. Let's see, definitely Dolph Ziggler. He's my number 4. Dolph
Ziggler.
Dolph Ziggler.
Okay, I want to hear this story.
Yeah, I mean, and I guess I'm basing it mostly of what happened because they won. The reaction when he cashed in on Alberto Del Rio. gave me chills, and a little bit right now, actually. Thinking back to it, of course, that title reign didn't do much. But that's my number 4. Let's see, who do I have for? So for 3, let's go with Rob Van Dam. I liked that he was the first one to announce when he was going to cash in. It was cool to see. Well, it led to the match with John Cena at One Night Stand, which to me to this day is one of my all-time favorite matches. You can't have that match in an empty arena.
Definitely.
So yeah, that would be my number 3. Number 2 would definitely be. I know I might get some stuff over this, but I would say The Miz.
What?
Yes.
Wait a minute. What? You know what?
That one to
All
me
right.
came.
I'm bringing out the Stone Cold beer now. Hell no! You're gonna have to say number 2.
Number 2.
What?
It came out of nowhere. That has been the one that I expected the least, and I like that. I like being surprised, and that you would never expect The Miz to win. Money in the Bank, much less the belt, which is what ended up happening. And number 1 has to be Edge, the very first Money in the Bank winner. I just the other day, just because I went on YouTube and saw when he cashed in on John Cena. That to me is my number 1 when Edge won, or when Edge won Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he was the first Money in the Bank winner.
Yeah.
So definitely. All right, Mr. Reputation Killer, how about yourself? Or you want me to go?
All right. Number 5, I got to give it to Brock Lesnar, man. I got to give it to him. I like the beat. And because I predicted it. And then it happened. I was like, oh, holy shit. And not to mention, a lot of people forget, we got fun Brock Lesnar back right after that happened. We got the boombox, and he was coming out having a good time. I like to see that in Brock Lesnar. He was having a great time right after he won the Money in the Bank.
He looked like he was skanking for a minute, like a skull, like.
Yeah. And number 4, I'm going to go with Ziggler cashing in on the night after WrestleMania on Raw, man. That pop from that crowd, man, that will forever, man, be one of the greatest Money in the Bank cash-ins of all time. And they replay it over and over for a reason when they talk about Money in the Bank. And then, so number 3, I'm going to have to go with the night that Dean Ambrose won, because that was the night that we not only got Dean Ambrose as champion, but we also saw in the same night Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and Dean Ambrose, all 3 members of the Shield, was champion in the same damn night. And let me see here, man. That was great right there, man. Y'all got any thoughts on that? The Shield champions all in one night.
Well, you know what? I'll give my thoughts after you're done, because you name already one of them that I already have in my top 5. But
yeah. I noticed
it's okay though.
I noticed that we think a lot. So what I'm on number 2 right now, right?
Yep, number 2 now.
Number 2, I'm going with Edge. Mania, I believe it was 21 in 2005.
Very first one.
It was a great match, and that's what made Edge to me right there. I watched since 97. I watched him come up, and see him finally win this Money in the Bank. We didn't know what this was going to do for people's careers when we first started seeing it happen. But then the ultimate opportunist comes along, and he wins the Money in the Bank and becomes this rated R superstar, becomes a huge star, and Edge cashes in, wins the World Championship, the first ever cash in. How can that not be in anybody's top 5? You know what I mean? Edge right there with that was great. That was, to quote Vince McMahon, that was good shit.
That's good shit. Good shit.
And number one, man. Number one, I got to go with Jack Swagger, man. I'm just fucking with you.
What the hell? Wait a minute. Oh, hell no. You just said Jack Swagger's number one.
I had to mess with you.
Oh, man. I'm in a shot of tequila, man. What the hell's wrong with you? I'm in a shot of whiskey, man. You hurting my feelings.
No, but, number one, I'd have to go with Rob Van Dam with that cash-in. Cena, Rob Van Dam, one night stand, man.
Yes.
What an epic fucking show that was. I believe it was 2006. Oh,
yes.
my God.
One night stand, 2006.
Cena goes into that building right there. The most hated motherfucker I'd ever seen in an arena. And he goes out there, throws out his shirt to the crowd, and they throw it back to him. Throws it out again, they throw it back to him. That crowd right there, in that moment right there, was one of the greatest moments for me of all time right there, because that right there was what it's all about. And RVD finally winning the WWE Championship. And as Edge, if you can remember, speared Cena during that matchup, and the crowd was chanting for Edge, and Edge was the heel, you know. And then we knew RVD at the same time went on to hold the ECW and the WWE title at the same time. But unfortunately for him, it all went up in smoke. But yes, RVD number one Money in the Bank winner for me.
All right. That's good. That's good shit. That's good shit. God damn it. Where the hell's Bruce? Okay. All right. All right. So let me start, I guess. I am going to start from my number 5. From 5 to up. Number 5, obviously, will have to be Alberto Del Rio. Sorry for y'all Ziggler lovers. But, you know, I'm also Mexican descent. Excuse me, I'm Mexican descent. Del Rio was the first ever full Mexican blooded WWE Championship. He was the first ever that won it, full-blooded Mexican. No, Pedro Morales was not a full-blooded Mexican. Eddie was not. He was Mexican-American. So
I don't know if you can see it right there, bro. But when you made a top 7, I wrote Alberto right there. He was going to be in that top 7 for me.
I told you. So, yeah, Del Rio is my top 5. Like, he's my number 5. And I was happy that he won it because even though his, you know, his English is not that perfect, but he did very well. And he came in with that attitude, that charisma. And I'm glad that he was the first one that won the first 40-man Royal Rumble. And, you know, like, hands down to him. I'm a big fan of Del Rio's. And
I love Del Rio.
And he responds to me on Instagram when I comment on his post, and he responds. And that's what I love about him. So, la raza aquí, amigo. So my number 4, of course, I'm gonna have to go with Dean Ambrose. That was the one that I was like, oh, I was happy, I was excited, I was just like, shit, you know, the Shield, especially when Ambrose finally got his break. Finally, that was his first championship winning, his championship run, and it built his character. As you could tell, when he was pinning Rollins, he knew that he was going to win it, and he wanted to cry. You could tell he wanted to cry. Well, after that third count, the crowd went crazy. He just was like, he wanted to cry. And hands down to, you know, Moxley, because he deserved it. You know, where he started his career and where it is now, hands out to him. Kudos to him because he deserves it. And he's a very, very well-recognized man with a badass Canadian woman that he's married to. And that woman is tough. So, you know, hands down to them. So that was my number 4, right?
Yeah.
All right. So my number 3. My number 3, of course, would be Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan, of course, is another one that the same thing. I love that he won it. That was unexpected, to be honest. When it was the Big Show, Mark Henry, I think it was TLC, right? Or was it the match, right? And then he came out of nowhere and he ended up winning it. Like, that was unexpected. So that's how the whole Yes movement started, how you said, Mike. Yeah, that definitely I agree with you on that. So that one I give.
Him wrote down too.
Mm-hmm. And then obviously number two, right? I'm a number two, right?
Yeah.
Okay, number two. Number two will be Edge. Obviously, Edge was the founder of it. I think that was like the one that, well, it hit it off great, especially how he fucked up Benoit with that chair. It looked bad. It looked bad because you can tell he sold it like Benoit sold it right, but that looked horrible. And yes, that was built Edge's career, and it built up great because now he became one of the toppest heels, and besides the top heel, a very good top babyface. I can't wait to see what's his next feud, but we'll talk about that later on. Now, my number one that nobody expected. You guys had your unexpected ones. Well, my number one is going to be, let's see what time it is. It's clobbering time. CM Punk. Because he is the he's the first man to win 2 Money in the Banks. Not only that, I like how he cashed it in on Edge. I love that one. That was another one that nobody expected. How he came in and just cashed it on Edge after Batista bombed him out of nowhere, and then he won it. And obviously, then when he was heel at the time, when he was heel against Jeff Hardy, the same thing with him, cashing on Jeff. So CM Punk, number one, CM Punk. Why? Because he's the only individual that have won Money in the Bank twice. Nobody else has won it twice. He's the only one.
Not even Carmella?
Besides Carmella, we don't count that.
Wait, no. Besides Carmella.
Same briefcase. Though.
No. It's the same briefcase. It's the same briefcase.
Yeah. I was going to put CM Punk in my top 5, but yeah, he blocked me on Twitter, so I'm holding a grudge against him right now. Only thing I said about him, man, was, damn, CM Punk wasted your return on backstage. And he got mad blocked. Yeah. So I was done with him after that.
No, I just, CM Punk, like I don't know. I mean, I give him a lot of credit of his career. I'll give him hands down. His pro wrestling career was great. His MMA was not great. I mean, he tried at least. I'll give credit where it's due. He had the balls to do it, so I can't be mad at him. At least he took the balls and did it.
I don't even know if he tried. I don't know if he tried or if he just went in there, a cappella. I don't know.
I mean, the last fight that he had,
he tried. I could tell. Yeah.
No, right? That the last one he tried before he stopped. But the prior one that he had, like, it was just, what are you doing? It's not class. This is real shit live in front of the whole world.
The last one, the guy was playing cat and mouse with him, man. That's why Dana White got mad. He was like, we don't do this shit. Mike Jackson, you can't come back. You can't come back now. That's what he
said. You can't come back now. You can't. You can't at all. That's good. Hey, that was a good picks, man. But you know what? Just to go ahead and cut this off right quick. I guess some people haven't been going to see it, but I'm not. I'll be on up. But you know what? I want to go ahead and thank everybody, to our viewers and to our subscribers. I want to go ahead and thank everybody to actually watching our show today for the first episode of Circle of Debate. And I appreciate everybody watching. Stay tuned. We'll be back next Thursday. And we will go ahead and discuss about reviewing what happened Money in the Bank. And we will discuss what's further going on at NXT and AEW. And also we'll go ahead and discuss that Mike's going to help us, giving us knowledge of it, what's going on in the MMA world. So stay tuned, and next Thursday night, we will actually enjoy the show. So from all of us to you guys, we cheers you guys. Thank you very much for watching. We love ya. Until next time, we'll see you on the next debate. Good night, everybody.
Peace out.
See ya.